Oh, wow. Bigger, heavier than I expected. Let me grab my knife. This is an announcement video. Hey, YouTube. And also, I'm going to be eating my dinner. Trying some Rancheritos fajitas. Went ahead online and ordered the big 13 cents an ounce container of Gatorade lemon lime powder for the first time. Now, it seems to me like Smith's was cheaper based on previous math, but we will have to see. We'll have to go compare. Oh, not quite like I imagined. They got it in nice bubble wrap here. Got myself some more packing materials. Let's keep stocking. Whoa. Huh. Check this out. This is huge. This is as tall as my head. Big, huge Gatorade G on the front. Ooh, nice. Has that style of thing for keeping it sealed. That's cool. This is, makes 9 gallons. So 76.5 ounces or 4 pounds, 12 ounces. Got some heft to it. That's going to be nice. Should last me quite a while, hopefully. Interestingly, I did some math. There was a subscribe and save, and I was getting 10% off coupon, plus 5% off if I did the thing right. And then if I subscribed and saved to more items, then I would get 15% off eventually if I got 5 more items that I subscribed and saved to. And that just means that they will send you your desired quantity, amount of time, like once every month or so. And people were saying that average was one of these once every 2 months. So that should last quite a while, hopefully. Announcements, and let's get to the fajitas. Nummy. A little bit wet in the packaging, or the bag. Yep, it did squish some beans out a bit. There we go. Let's just set that right there. Actually, I want to put it on in front of my plate. Okay. Got tortillas. This is without shrimp because I don't like shrimp. I got some tortilla salsa. Oh, hey, one watching, and I grabbed some guacamole salsa to put with this. So I'm going to, and this is also good practice because I'm using my Photo Pro UFO Basic. This will be like the same type of setup that I'll try when I'm at a restaurant doing food again. Look at that. Again, no shrimp. That looks good. And I kind of thought, let's try fajita tonight. And these tortillas are big, if I remember. Like, because I've gotten something similar. It was like the carne asada, I think. Which was like some prepared beef. Used to be shredded, but then it was just a single slab at one point. I haven't had that in a little while. And then like with some other a few veggies and some guacamole and stuff, and then you wrap it up in your own tortilla. I think it's kind of cool when they do it. Like they could wrap it themselves for you, but this is kind of nice. A little bit stuck together, these tortillas. You can see this is a bigger than my face tortilla. Huge. Okay. We're going to just go with one for now. Let's check out the other one, because I'm curious to see if the other one... Okay, this one is a little bit less, like, fall apart, crumbly. I got you. They're also still nice and warm, too. Not as warm as when I first got them, but they are warm. Go ahead, and I'm just going to wrap this one back up in here so that it keeps moisture and doesn't dehydrate. Ooh. There was also some, my memory, maybe I'm lucky, because I remember there being some sour cream. Let's see, can I rotate this so one leg is forward? Let's do a nice little downward look like that. I thought I remembered some sour cream in here. I do see guacamole, but I'm not seeing sour cream, which is good, because I don't like sour cream. Yuck. They got like some grilled tomatoes. Probably not going to be a huge... I know I'm not going to be a huge fan of the tomato part. Because I don't really like tomatoes. But... let's load this up. So, announcement number 1. We're coming out with the holiday season at Dollar Tree. Which is always very... Let me grab a bigger spoon quickly. It's always very hectic and crazy and actually quite stressful. This number of customers that have been at work recently and all that stuff, and it's just getting stress building up. Especially since I'm kind of sort of tired of Dollar Tree job, and I'm glad that I'm going on a mission in about 6 months or so. Yeesh. But yeah. So the first holiday season, it was fine because I started working the holiday season. By the way, so there's chicken and there's beef in here. But yeah, and it was fine because it was kind of new and exciting. But now it's really wearing on me, especially since this is my third Christmas at Dollar Tree. First one was 2016, so then I had 2017 Christmas there. And this is my second time around of seeing it kind of build up and get more busy as the holidays come around. And we're early enough, like, there are people buying Halloween stuff and whatnot, but it seems kind of odd because there's also people buying a lot of other stuff, and it's just generally busier when not a lot of it seems geared towards holidays. But the thing that I'm really liking so far about this holiday season is we're doing it a little bit differently, because Dollar Tree always gives us more hours for the holiday season, and then if they really like people, they'll keep them on, which was my case, where, when I was hired on, he said, hey, this is, this is just for holiday season, help us out, get through the Christmas rush, but, if we really like you, he said, if we have some openings, we'll keep people on afterwards. He didn't say if we like you. But when Christmas 2016 was over, they said, we really like you, you're the only person that we're keeping. I think I put a little bit too much on this one. So I'm going to put that piece of meat back. There we go, that looks like about half. I can wrap this up. First I need to taste it and put some sauce in there. But so this year what I'm really liking about it is, so what he's doing is he's hiring some people on a little bit earlier so that they get trained and stuff and we get them a little bit ready for the Christmas rush. And we won't necessarily be, we probably won't be keeping a lot of these people on, but so he's cutting down some of the hours for the people that are here that are definitely not like holiday employees. They're here as long as they do a good job and stay, And so for some people, this is going to be a bother. Some people might complain about it a little bit, and so they can talk to Lonnie and try and get more hours if they need to, which, eat into my hours. Not sort of, well, sort of. I kind of say that because I kind of like the idea, because, but then, again, it cuts into the money that I have to spend, so I don't want to really cut into my hours any more than they have. Usually I was doing about 2 days a week that I had off, but now I'm getting 3 days a week that I have off, and so far he's put them all right in a row, and it's really nice, and I like it. Would be nice if we could put Sunday and then Monday and Tuesday, but I'm not going to specifically ask about that because I requested Sunday off if possible. If not, this is my church time before, and I'm an introvert. I don't like to bother stuff like that, but it's really nice because I get to get a little more time to get projects done during the week, and it's a lot of fun. Actually, I want to put a little more rice in here. There we go. So I am really liking it. It's just so relaxing. I mean, one day off, you enjoy it. Oh, I gotta work the next day. But 2 days off is great. Right? 3 days off is great. You get this nice 2 days of blissful, I go to bed and not worry about working tomorrow. It is so nice. Especially since as an introvert, my job is very much so kind of pulling me in, and they're not pulling me in, but it's kind of sort of stressful. It's interacting with lots of other people, more so than interacting with friends. I can do it. I'm good at it. As long as I'm there, I will always try to show up on time. Lately, I've been arriving a little bit later than usual, especially since there's a little bit more walking involved, but not super late. Like today, when I was actually clocking in I forgot to clock in actually, it was so busy, but when I clocked in, it was about, I was supposed to be there on 30, but I got there about 33 when I was finally up from putting my stuff in the locker and my food in the fridge. But then when I filled out the sheet, I put in 40 instead of 33, just because I had a little bit of time to walk out, find the manager, and then actually get on and start. And so I figured I'll count that time as not being quite clocked in yet. And I probably should start to do stuff like that. Like in the morning, if I work a morning shift, I'll go there, I'll go put my stuff in the back, and then clock in. But since I'm like usually arriving, hey, one person's back. Hey, since I'm usually arriving there in the morning, really like on time, it's like really early, and I'm a little more easier to get less distractions at the home. So every time, and I also have a ride every single time because it's super early in the morning, and I hate walking that early. Those ones I will walk back, put my stuff, and then clock in. But since I'm arriving there like more on time, I could clock in and then go put my stuff in there. And I might start doing that. It's not a whole lot, like an extra few minutes, but those will add up over time. Let me turn you back to my face. It's probably a good idea. Staring at a plate of food. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to take a little bite and taste it and see like how much of the salsa I need, or if I need salsa. I'm guessing I probably will, because this looks like there's one burrito that I had that I didn't really like so much until I put salsa on it one time. But it was like some beef with like some onions and bitter peppers, like these bell peppers here, and that was it. And it wasn't great. I usually like chicken better because it has more flavor to it. They make it kind of sweet or something. Whereas the beef, they don't really flavor. Or like taquitos, seasoned beef in a crispy shell. Not like their taquitos. Their 5-year-old tacos are similar, but they have guacamole and some pico de gallo. So there's, but like those from like Deli Mix at the store, it's like, I don't think you know what seasoned means. I think like maybe you put a little salt, maybe a little pepper, and you cooked it so it was nice and tender and shredded it. Seasoned means like, let's add a little bit of chili powder and some oregano and some actual seasonings. And yeah, I'll say who this is. So the video's been taken down now, but if you guys remember my friend Ben dancing, and I've mentioned these people a few times in videos before. There's one time, I'm not going to say which time it was, because that one I kind of wanted to keep kind of private who they were. But I mentioned them a few times here. I'm not going to use their last name, because they probably don't want that. But once they were over here, like a few years ago, and I was talking, and I just made a mention of, like, I'm kind of, because I was warming up some taquitos, and I'm like, kind of tired of taquitos. They're just kind of bland, not very flavorful. And so it was their mom. She mentioned, well, that's why you put different stuff on it. And then it really clicked in my mind. I'm like, oh yeah, duh. Because for me, I was kind of used to you grab a burrito, you warm it up, you take it out, it's going to be yummy, you just start eating it. And if you want salsa, sure. But if you dig into it, it's going to be beans and cheese or beef and bean green chili, and it's going to taste yummy right out of the bat. But so with those, you really dip stuff into it. So there's a little bit of flavor. It's got a good... The chicken isn't super sweet, which is actually good, because fajitas usually aren't sweet. Usually I choose the fajita when I want a little less sweet flavor. A little more of like chili flavor. And oh man. There was like some really good fajitas we had at a Spanish restaurant down by... I forget the name, but it's down by Winco. And they had some really good like sweet rice, where it was like rice with some corn and carrots, and might have been some peas in there, and it was sweet. Oh. Better than Rancheritos rice. So that's good. I could eat it by itself, but excuse me. I'm gonna come in with some salsa. Let's see. So I don't know which salsa I want, so I'm gonna taste a little bit. I can tell you I don't want anything like super duper spicy here. So let's try some of the guacamole salsa. There we go, just squeeze a little bit over the edge. And guacamole salsa is spicy, so you really need to kind of spread it out within the food. This isn't as spicy as it used to be, or usually is. I haven't had it in a while, actually. But I remember, like my dad loves guacamole. So one time we went there and, like, he couldn't really come inside. It's kind of too small. But, we would talk to him about, we told him, like, what they had and stuff. And we're like, do you want some, there's some guacamole salsa? Do you want us to get some of that? And he's like, oh, yeah, sure. Because he was saying, like, maybe want some guacamole. They do have just regular guacamole, although that costs more. I'm not quite sure why, but it does. Regular guacamole, you can add it to your order for like 29 cents or something. So we brought it home and got it to him and put it on his food, and he was like, oh, that's hot. Why is it spicy? Because he can handle some spiciness, but not a lot. And so and I was like, that's because it's guacamole salsa, not guacamole. And he's like, oh, I don't like that. Next time, get like some normal guacamole if we can or something. Let me taste this one. And that was one thing, the kind of personality with my dad is, I don't remember exactly how I said it. We're going to go with this one right now. Just a little bit though, not a lot. But, like there was one time where like we got some Eggo waffles and I didn't like them. I didn't like their taste. He didn't like their taste either. But then several months later, he's like, get some Eggo waffles. And I'm like, but you don't like them. I want to try them again. But you said you absolutely hated them and don't ever buy them again. I'm going to try them again. Blast it. And so, yeah, we got Eggo waffles and he didn't like them. But he was a little bit adamant and, wasn't bad though. He was a cool person. So we're going to put some of this on. And I'm or even I think. Let me tilt the can again. Because I found, don't know what that was, like a little frog in my throat or something, or a little bubble. Kind of sounded cool though. But I found that with, I forget which plate it is, but it's 2 big tortillas with like some seasoned beef, quote unquote. And I think I had like rice and beans. And has some other stuff, and they make big burritos, kind of like this one. And I found that I needed like a full cup of this to really spread throughout and give the bitter beef some flavor other than just bitter beef. So, yeah, I'm just going to do the whole thing, because I didn't even grab a full cup of this stuff. I got like most of the way full. So we'll do this. I'll give a bite with it mixed together, tell you what I think of it. Wrap up the stream here. But yes, I am getting a little bit less hours and I think it might pick up again once we get full swing with the holiday season, because they're going to have more hours for. So in addition to what we already have, there will be hours for the extra people that they're letting us hire on. Well, they're not necessarily letting us hire on. We can hire as many people as we want. Like, if you had enough people where they were willing to, work only 1 day a week, they could totally do that. But nobody wants to. Most of the people need this as a job because they want to actually make some money to be able to do something. Some of the older people are there. Like, there was one guy I worked with down at the North Provo store, and he was just working a little bit in his retirement, make just a little bit extra, have something to do some fun with, Or some of the younger people, I can imagine maybe like 18-year-olds or whatever, just that age. They would, get some money and go to the lagoon with their friends or movies or something fun like that, Maybe save a bit for college. And even for me, just saving up for the video stuff for you guys and stuff that I like, it does require putting in some hours, especially at this job, So I wouldn't want to work just like 1 day a week. I mean, from the standpoint of how much do I want to work there, yeah, that'd be nice, but not 1 day a week, because that would be, let's see, 1 day a week. My watch still has some juice in it. So let me do a quick calculation here, and I'll fold this up and take my calculator. So I'm making $7.35 competitive pay, because minimum wage is $7.25. And there are approximately 4 weeks in a month, so times 4, $29.40 a month. That's pretty horrible. Good months, I make $3.99, around $400 a month. Let me show you this again so you can see me wrap it up. So, yes. I am not the expert at wrapping this up, but we'll do this. It's cooled off a bit too, but that's okay. There's a little bit of warmth, especially on the bottom side of it here. Really want to... Let's squeeze this up towards the front a bit. Okay. I don't know how to wrap this pretty like the boys do when they have like your bean and cheese burrito or whatever at Rancheritos. But hey, hey, hey. Look who kicked the bucket. Do you guys recognize that reference? Cool. If not, how it should have ended for Star Wars number 6. Go look it up if you don't get the reference. I'm not going to try and explain it here, but let's taste this and then... Yeah, I think I want to eat from this end. Mmm. That's good. Ooh. There's a little bit of spiciness coming on from the salsa. Maybe just a little bit too much. But not bad. Let me take another bite here. Excuse me for smacking my lips. Tastes good. And I think there's good balance. Like as I get deeper into it, there's going to be a lot of other stuff to balance out the salsa. Now I'm kind of wishing I would have like swirled it around and actually mixed it in, so it wasn't on one side. But that's good. Thank you guys for watching. There are some announcement things that I wanted to say. I'm planning on doing announcement videos every 1 or 2 months or so. Just kind of say what's going on, say some projects I have coming up, and good time to answer questions too. Cool. See you guys in whatever's next. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe.